Okay then. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Charging League Racing. My name is Gingnut1107, bestly known as Cal. And tonight we're going to head to one of the most iconic circuits in Grand Prix motorsport, also known as Spa-Francorchamps. And this is going to be round 9 of Season 4, closing in to the middle portion of our calendar of Season 4 in Thursday tier. So, what is the Belgian Grand Prix? The Belgian Grand Prix has a hell of a lot of history. Dating back to 1950, Spa has seen many changes over coming years, adapting some dangers of the races. Obviously, we've seen a couple of crashes, Upper Rouge mainly, into Radion and through Kemmel, but across the whole track has seen a lot of changes, and due to its high-speed nature, it is prone around here. Obviously, the 7.004 kilometre circuit is the longest on the calendar, as everyone knows. If you didn't, it is. It features 19 corners, 9 to the right, 10 to the left, with a mix of slow technical sections, but extremely flat-out straights and flat-out corners that demand both precision, high speed, and raw speed. Drivers will take on 22 laps here tonight of the legendary circuit, where strategy will definitely be crucial. The soft to medium strategy could be one of the fastest, with the mediums hard, but with the chance of rain, there is always the chance for a mix-up, whether it's going to stay wet the entire race, whether it might just be for a little bit of the race, whether it even appears, we will find out. We are in qualifying at the moment, and it looks fairly dry. However, with the unpredictable conditions of the rain, a safety car is always a strong possibility. If we look back at the history of CLR and the races around Belgium, Evan took victory in Season 1, Round 7, while George sealed his second championship in the F124 launch season in Round 8. Most recently, however, though, Racebrower claimed the win in Season 3, Round 11 on a Friday night. With the challenging circuit up ahead tonight, will the championship battles to continue to heat up, with your boy Hobnob having a fairly outstanding lead of 13 points ahead of MJB, or will someone else put their hats in the mix? Who will come out on top tonight at Spa? Let's find out as we have cars on track. And on track first, once again, is Banana. He's had 2 qualifying bans in a row, back to back the last couple of weeks, but he is back on track for qualifying to demonstrate to us what he can do. We have people in Twitch chat already. We have a couple of new followers as well. I'm going to just double check that my mic is working. It is. Perfect. And in chat we have JLD, thank you for the follow, and Mez Proots, thank you also for the follow. They both want Banana for the win, so I'm assuming they're big Banana fans as we are riding on board with the Red Bull Dutchman. Igor doesn't want rain, and he says it's going to be clear weather. So the weatherman Jens has lost his job, and Igor has taken the responsibility of the weatherman. So I'm sure Jens won't be happy that he's lost his job, as he does say hello Jens, and hello everyone else. Dry Quali, wet into the race. Interesting. I wonder if the weatherman is right or wrong. Igor is apparently wrong, so I've got 2 different weathermans saying different things, which is great. JLD says he's a massive Banana fan. We do like Banana, he's a great man, and he is very quite quick. On the race pace, we haven't seen him the best in qualifying. We've only seen him once, and when he was down at the bottom. So he's definitely got a lot to show here today, and of course he will. It's Banana, isn't it? We'll get rid of the telemetry, there we go, and put up the third gap to the leader, there we go. And you know what, let's stay on track with Banana, shall we? Let's go round. He's just done his outlap, you watched on board there, and he is now coming through the bus top chicane. It's about a 1 minute 44 round here on race pace. What will Banana set as the first bank lap time for everyone to beat? So into the source. Does he take the apex? Of course he does. Goes onto the outside curve very nicely. Is now practically flat out all the way up towards Le Combs now. So into a Rouge. Does he continue to stay flat out? Of course he does. Now Radion. Turn 3 and 4. He's flat out. He's burning the battery up towards 200 miles per hour. He's flying through Kemmel, and now Kemmel straight heading towards the Cloms. Will he get his breaking point correct? Yes, just before the 50 metre board. Very nicely through the Coms into Malady. He goes now, turn 7, takes the outside curve perfectly. That was a perfect sector 1 section of corners, as we now go out into Brussels, or Brussels, however you want to say it, as he takes that nicely into No Name. I don't want to give him a commentator's cast, but so far, this lap has been extraordinary, as we now go on to Puon. He is flying pretty much flat out with 6th gear as we now head in towards the final part of Sector 2 through Lafragans. As I'm not very good at my Dutch, I'm alright at Dutch, not very good at French and Belgium, as we go into now Stavelot, as we fly past the sister Red Bull team and the V-Carb. As he hits the curb, we have commentated cursed him. Oh, I'm sorry, Banana, and he rejoins in front of the V-Carb. Through curve, pull for air, he hits the curb and spins him right out. So yeah, Banana's bank lap abandoned, and he might be able to go again if he avoided damage, and it looks to me like he did. I've got 5 tags in chat, so let me just have a double check if it's anything going on. Yeah, so perfect. Good. Apparently MJB spun as well. Other than that, it was just a Discord going off. Jen says he loves bananas. They're very tasty. I'm sure you do. Banana does come across the line though for a 55.2. Bubba, obviously, he didn't spin. 43.7 in that McLaren. Changed teams mid-season, and his old teammate of the V-Carb, 21, goes 1.2 seconds off of him as he sits on the inside curves of the Clom. Was that Mercedes driver on an out lap or hot? It looks like he was on a hot. He won't be happy about that. We have Prue. I'm going to call you Prue. He says, no, Banana. My boy crashed. He did crash. He'll go again, though, and I believe he is. We have Tygo back in chat. I feel like we've seen you before, but maybe not, as he's just dropped another follow. Talk about follows. Racebrower, also known as Bijon in the Kicks Alba. We will give him a little bit of coverage as he's on a hot lap. He is re-subbed back onto the Twitch chat. So, that is... How long is he subbed for? I'm not sure. I can't actually see. But he has a resub. So, thank you very much from Racebrower for dropping another sub. It's greatly appreciated from you. Yeah. Was he... Oh, that's Captain disconnecting. But yeah. Another sub from Racebrower. Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution. Obviously, you're also a server booster in the CLR Discord. So, a big up to Racebrower in the Kicks Alba. And big up to him as he goes P3. 5 tenths off of Jo. Jo is not normally one we see up there in qualifying, but he's shown us today that he is one that can be up there. Going for a 142.8. MJB, 2 tenths off of that. So, very close between these two. MJB is normally one we see up there. So he'll be happy with that qualifying lap. Wanting to do better though. JLD's using a couple of our sloth emojis. You know, all the old sleepy sloth man that we have grown to know and love. We have grown to know and love him. And there's also the bear hunting Great Dane, who most of you will know as Jen Jordan Hall, as I like to butcher his name most of the times. He's on an out lap. Yeah, going through sector 1, he'll try and keep it out of the walls for sure, like everyone else. As 21, he comes across the line, he's invalidated, and he's also invalidated this lap, so he's got to go around another lap to get another lap in, so he's not going to be happy about that. Someone we haven't seen before in CLR, on Thursday tier at least, is Kim. He goes 3 tenths off, 143.1, 3 tenths off the pace isn't too bad. Banana, however, will go, as Prue says in chat, he's put that Red Bull up to P2, so after that little spin, he's managed to get himself back together. P2, that's a great lap from him. Humph in the Mercedes. He's gone up to P5, 5 tenths off the pace. Max Tier, the other Dutchman, like Banana, he's in the Alpine. Jen's Jordan Hall's teammate is 1 second off the pace, so Max Tier 1 second off. Furious Happy, 2 seconds off. The Red Bull teammate of Banana, currently in P9 as George retires. We're not sure what that's for. Blimey. Through, what was that? Kemmel Corner. That's the Williams car. The 3-time world champion now. Crashes out of qualifying. Kai's also retired. So I'm assuming he's been caught up in whatever that chaos with George was. But George Gamer, 3-time world champion, is out of qualifying. That's interesting. I'm sure we'll find out soon by George of what's happened to him. And probably Kai as well. But, yeah, both of them retiring from the session. That's not what they want. It's a long qualifying session of 18 minutes. Because this lap is so long, drivers have quite not much time to actually set a lap. And especially if you retire, no chance of you setting a lap. So that's interesting. George out of qualifying. So is Kimmy. But Kimmy got a lap in. I've been tagged again. Khan thinks he's getting a quali ban. So that's the Red Bull thinks he's getting a quali ban. Banana needs a quick... Not Banana. Hobnob needs a quick invite. Messy start so far. I need to try and lock myself into the commentary box. But we'll get going again. Is there any position changes? Of course there is. Jens Jordan Hall is up to P6 in that Alpine. His teammate still P9. He'll be going again. Spoke to him before the race in the Alpine. And he said that he isn't very happy around Belgium. But P9 at the moment, only a second off, isn't too bad. JLD says Banana's his father and so does Tygo. Okay, boys. Max Tid goes straight on. So that's not a very good start to a lap. I'm assuming his wheel's disconnected as he's reversing back onto track. There is a red V car behind him and Max Tid's disqualified. He's still going backwards on track. Oh, there he's going. I'm assuming that was another messy start from another driver. Max Tid disqualified. I'm assuming that's due to his wheel. We've seen him have troubles before. But we have the likes of Nivi, Boomba, Rico, Camilo and Skull, who still haven't set a lap yet. So only the top 10 have set a lap. 21, he won't be happy with this lap. He'll 100% want to improve what he's done. Currently 2.1 seconds off the pace. From what I've seen, he's already improved by a second this lap. He's got sector 3 to improve. As we now go through Blanchimont, Humph goes fastest. That Mercedes duo, cooking you could say. As anyway, 21 into the bus stop chicane. He takes the inside curb to the outside now of the next inside curb. Comes out of bus stop chicane through turn 19 up to the line. He does improve 9 tenths. It puts him ahead of Furious Happy, 3 tenths off Bubba. So it's a bit of improvement. The man that did go a big improvement though was Humph. So Humph done a 142.6. There was no practice session this week out. So we haven't seen what they can do, or at least sandbag whilst doing, but Humph has gone P1. Fairly impressive lap time from him. Jens confirms that Max was suffering some wheel issues, and that is why he's crashed. So as expected, that is why Max is out. Boombubba, however, he's not suffering from wheel issues, and he is going again to set his first lap time of the session. He puts that V-carb up to P4. Boomba up to P4. We haven't seen him the last 2 weeks. He's been busy with some stuff. But Boomba, with his senior Red Bull team right ahead of him, he's done 4 tenths off the pace, 2 tenths off the second Mercedes, 4 tenths off the first Mercedes. So Boomba, not too bad. 4 tenths off. He can improve, but P4, 4 tenths. MJB dropping down the grid. But he is going on for another lap as we ride on board. The Mercedes jumps out of the way. But MJB, he is going through and now what we call a frags and pass Silver 6 grandstand. Careful boys, what you're saying in chat. As we are now going through Stavelot into Curve Paul Ferrer. As we are now flying through Sector 3. MJB, he's looking for a good result this time round. He's not had the best of luck the last 2 weeks out. So, you know, he's not going to be very happy with that. As we are going to head in towards the bus stop chicane with the beautiful Aston Martin Vantage car. He comes through. We're going to watch him come towards the line now. He's currently 4 tenths off the pace. Does he improve? Of course he does. MJB 25. There's a 142.5 just edging off the Mercedes. So he just about beats the Mercedes car by 1/100th. So very, very close between these two. As the second Aston Martin has just flown past the Mercedes on an out lap. So he's going again. Nivi03, he's done a lap. Currently 2 seconds off. He's probably not had enough practice that you'd like to be up there. So he's only down in 12th. He'll be looking to improve. The Kick Sauber duo. Raceborough is currently in P7. 6 tenths off MJB. Rico in P9. 7 tenths off MJB. So the Kick Sauber duo are very, very, very close. Well, they're close to each other. They definitely want to improve as they are very close on track as well. Flying past Rico, looks like he's got a bit of a toe off his teammate there. Obviously, Rico just stepping in as a reserve today. Has he improved? Not by enough. So Rico hasn't improved Sector 3. Will he improve heading in to another lap? We will see. That is Boomba Igor, as some of you might know as, has just come into the pit lane after doing his lap. So we remember seeing him do his lap. There was quite a bit of time left on the clock. Not anymore. So he's going to have to come in, switch those tyres and go out again. The time on this 18-minute clock is dropping and a 2-minute out lap pretty much does not give the drivers much time left in this session at all. The last standing Ferrari of Camilo, however, he is coming through, and now the bus stop chicane. Going through turn 18, now 19, he has a bit of a tank slapper. Quite a bit of a tank slapper, and enough to mess up that lap at the end. 9/10 off the pace at the moment. A lot of that would have come out of that final corner. So the tyres may be overheating a little bit for Camilo as he begins to struggle here. You do see him struggling a little bit. So Camilo, P10, 9/10 off, nearly a second there. He'll be looking to improve. Bubba, another person who'll be looking to improve in 21 as well. These two setting laps right at the start, not setting another one yet. Bubba 1.111 off the pace at the moment, which is very fancy, nice to see. 1.111, and he's P11. So he's P11, and he's 1.111 off the pace. That's fancy, isn't it? As if that's going to happen. What are the chances? Anyway, Bubba goes again for another hot lap on that beautiful Papaya McLaren car. Next across the line is the Kick Sauber. That is Rico going back into the pit lane. As a lot of drivers, either in pit lane or out laps at the moment, as they are just getting ready for the final bit of this qualifying session to set their final and best lap times they physically can. Furious Happy, currently 2.3 seconds off. He'll be looking to improve in that Red Bull. Down in P14, he's got George Gamer and Captain behind him. As I'm just going to invite Captain again. I didn't see him rejoin, and I'm not sure if he has rejoined. I will just give him a... Oh, he has. Okay, no worries. But yeah, moving back on. Scald is yet to set a lap time. He did go out. I believe he invalidated. I'm looking down there towards the Aston Martin garage. I can't see much movement with 3 minutes left on the clock. Both Aston Martin cars are still in the pit lane. So they're going to have to get on move on if they want to get back out. As Camilo just chucks it through into the pit lane to try and get another lap in for sure. And so does, I think, his Furious Appy's teammates. So Banana's back into the pit lane. Both getting another fresh set of tyres to go again. But talking about Appy, he is on a now flying lap now. As he goes through the source quite nicely, uses everything he's got in that battery tank and everything he physically can to get up through a Rouge, now Radion. He takes that quite nicely. And he is now flying up through Kemmel, another Kemmel straight. This is a long bit of straight here. You just have to stare towards that turn ahead of you, the section ahead. You don't want to miss your braking point because this makes this section very hard. He doesn't miss his braking point, and he takes it absolutely perfectly. As up ahead, I would have just moved away. Jo in the second Mercedes is currently 2,000ths off of MJB. So the top three covered by 100th between them both, so very close as the Aston Martins have come out. Back to Banana though. Oh, sorry Banana, we've come back to you and you're backwards on the grid. Track, sorry. Has he got himself going again? He has. Does he have enough fuel to do another lap though? It looks like it. Just enough fuel to do another lap as there's an Haas coming up behind him. So he'll definitely be looking to set another lap time as that, but his tyres will obviously be off a little bit now he's spun. That will not be what he wants to have. We'll see. Who else is coming out for a nice quick lap time? Skull, he's on an out lap. A lot of drivers on an out lap. Furious Appy obviously on a cooldown. 21, however, he himself is setting a lap time. Jo, I think he's also on a hot lap as we'll ride on board with the man called Jo, not Gio. Gio is someone else. That is George Gamer. This is Jo. Very hard to keep them not mixed up, as I do mix them up quite a bit, but is Jo improving? He doesn't need to improve by much, and he's not improving. So Jo looks like he's on an in lap, as he has a bit of a tank slapper out of Paul Ferrer there. So he'll be looking to go into the pit lane, but that will be his session well and truly over, as there is a lot of cars ahead of him coming off of out laps and going on to hot laps. You can see on your mini map, you got the Kick Sauber, you got a Red Bull, you got the Aston, you got McLaren. There's a V carb there. The other Red Bull's also there. There's a V carb coming up behind the Mercedes, and that was 21. 21 has improved by a little bit. It won't be enough to get him up a position unless this sector 3 lap time was outstanding. Will it be? No, it wasn't. 4 tenths improvement. He's currently 9 tenths off. P11 at the moment. Camille won't improve as he's in the pit lane, but he has got 21's got a lot of quick drives behind him with Nivi, Appy and Skull if they will improve. The Mercedes duo, both of them, that's their qualifying over, as they have reached the checkered flag, which means the next car to cross the line will be Skull So Skull will be your next car to cross the line on a fast lap. Skull hasn't set a lap time yet. He'll definitely be looking to set a quick lap time. Although, Skull has invalidated his lap time. So Skull won't be setting a lap time, and P15 will be where he will finish this qualifying session, as there's no one behind him to set a quicker lap time. Nivi, however, he's on a lap time, and he is on to set a quick lap time. Currently improving massively. Looks like he's going to jump up the grid, unless this Sector 3 fails him, but he looks like he's quick. He's got enough battery left in the tank to get through, as here he comes through a Blanchimont. He's got to get through this final finicky section of the bus stop chicanes. We drop down to 4th gear, now 3rd, taking the final left-hander of this track. Give everything you physically can now, Nivi, to the line. Huge improvement, 1.8 seconds, puts that car up to P4. Behind him, he has a Mercedes, then the Kick Sauber of Rico. He improves massively. MJB puts that car into pole by a massive amount, 7/10 improvement. The McLaren of Bubba improves as well. He doesn't improve, sorry, but he has set another lap time. Banana comes across the line, doesn't improve enough. Then the car of V-Carb of Boomba. He comes across the line, doesn't improve much. Jens improves massively though. He chucks that Alpine up to P4. His teammate disqualified from qualifying due to wheel issues. Race will be your next car across the line. Will he improve? He is at the moment. Will it be enough to give him a nice position? Of course it has. 5/10 improvement. Race Brothers that kicks out to P4, demoting Jens and Nivi. Will 21 be able to do anything? No. So that is qualifying over for this session. On pole, by a massive amount, you have MJB. He's come back all guns blazing. He's had a couple of shaky races, still managing to get P3 in both of the last two. But he had a drive-through penalty for speeding, and he had a incident where he lost his wing due to a lapped car. So MJB has come back and showed what he can really do. 7/10 ahead of the pack. Jo and Hump for the Mercedes duo getting P2 and P3. Race Brower, Jens, Nivi, Banana, Boomba, Rico, and Kimi Rai. Both round, all of them round off your top 10. Followed by Baba, 21, Camilo, Furious Appy, and Skull finish your finishing runners for qualifying. Then you have George Gamer, who crashed out. We saw his car stranded on the Kemmel Straight. And then obviously Captain, he's had some issues his end, and he's didn't get a lap in. And Max Tier as well, having issues his end and not getting a lap in. We will now run a minute 30 advert, and we will catch back with you before the formation lap starts very shortly. So stay tuned. If you don't get the advert, of course, I will keep on waffling. I will keep on going, as I will just check the Discord, and it does look like George has been murdered on qualifying lap. Okay, I will not comment on incidents, but George has been crashed out of qualifying. Yeah. That wasn't very nice from him. Anyway, George will have to recover from what that qualifying session was. And looking at the track now, that's rain. And there's a lot of it. So that is a hell of a lot of rainfall on the track. We said it was a possibility, and the possibility has become reality. So there is rain here. Will it dry out? I think Jen said that it was meant to rain, and he might have said it's going to go dry as well. Let's have a quick look. He did say dry quality, wet to dry in the race. So my old what's it called? My old weatherman of Jen's has proved me right, as Igor lied to me. But there we go. And Jens has bragged, obviously. Jens knows he's right, as he says he's the one. Of course you're the right one, Jens. The OG weatherman. You lied to me once, so I don't know if I can trust you. But right now, we've got 15 minutes left of the session, and it looks like we've already readied up. I'm waiting for the command from George, and it says Banana's got a quality band again. So Banana, I believe he's done that before. Anyway, the advert has well and truly finished now. So welcome back if you did have your advert. If you didn't, we have rain. They're your drivers struggling to get off their grids in the wet track. They're intermediates on the Aston Martin. Is everyone intermediates as we run down through the grids as they all head into the first corner? It does look like the green all the tyres are on the track. So the intermediates are designed, as Hobnob to go straight on, as he's having wheel issues, it looks like. But the intermediate tyre is made in aim to just get rid of that surface layer of water. Between 1mm of rain to 4mm of rain is what the intermediate can actually handle properly. So it's going to be interesting whether it gets wet enough for the wets. Not normal in this game. Will it stay dry enough? Wet enough for the inters, or will it dry enough for the dries to come out? That's the thing that'll be rolling through our driver's mind here today. Will there be strategy involved? I think so. Obviously, these inters can't do a full race distance, as said by the strategy view, as there's been a crash in the formation lap. But we're going to have to see if drivers try and take the inters to the end, if they box and get that huge advantage. The tyre wear advantage they'll have will be massive. Will it dry out? Jen said it will. So if it does dry out, do they try and extend this intermediate to the dry periods? Will they lose that much time? The pit lane round here is quite short, but it does take up quite a bit of time. So it's that fine strategy call that everyone will have to make here today. We will find out as MJB is bringing us up towards turn 16 of Blanchimont now. You can see him wiggling that car, and the car behind him with Jo and Humph, everyone just trying to get the temperatures into those tyres. It's difficult in the rain to get the temperatures in. Can they manage it? Not normally in the formation lap. It's hard to get the temperatures in. But once we get going through sector 1, they will eventually start to heat up as the braking and the fighting that will unfold ahead of you will begin to warm up those tyres massively. But right now, you will see MJB pull up into the P1 qualifying position that he normally has, and you can see that angle. Look, he is aiming to the left side of the grid. Jo's aiming to the left as well, so both drivers want that outside line into turn 1. Maybe that's the optimal line, but Max Tier will be your final one into the grid position, as we will now go to the 5 big red lights that will ignite the silence for round 9, season 4 in CLR. Now it is pure adrenaline in CLR as we fly down towards turn 1. MJB with a cracking start. Same for Hump as he goes down the inside of his teammate, and Racebro also gets past. You see the Alpine of Jens also making a move on the inside of the Mercedes. They're now side by side for a lot of our drivers. You see a lot of them drifting off on the inside of turn 1 as Jo has a shocking start, dropping down and up ahead of Jo. Humph and Racebro are pretty much inside of each other, going hammer and tong for a Rouge. That's giving Racebro not a very nice line, and it's given, as we see 3 wide, everyone on the one straight here. Racebro looks like he's the one that's come out ahead. Jo's managed to come out through back into P3 as he goes side by side with his teammate. Jo drops down, Jens gets past, and that makes Banana try and battle past Jo. Banana gets past Jo, so Jo drops down. Racebro out of all of this has managed to get into P2 as Ty goes cheering on Banana as he's up to P5. Down through the rest of the pack, Nivy's in P7, Boomba's in P8, Camille's got past his teammate of Kimmy as we're going to quickly set up our position changes. Your boy Hobbanob, as always, has made up a huge amount of positions off the start. Well, he looked in the inside of Kimmy through, this is now Poo-on, and he has, as Kimmy's dropping down the pack like a what's it, like a metal ball? I don't know. As he's falling down the pack. Kimmy not having a great start. Max Tier's got past Skull and Furious Appy. I think Skull is damaged, and yeah, he's missing an M plate, so Skull's race, missing both M plates, hasn't gone very well off the start. We did see wing damage from some cars. MJB with a 1.8 second lead already is outstanding. Hump is past Racebro as well. Jens is in P4, and Jens has the overspeed on the kick Sauber. Looking to the outside of the bus stop chicane. Doesn't even need to get to the bus stop chicane, he's past. Banana makes a deep dive bomb, gets past Racebro as well. Will he go for the switchback though on Jens Jordan Hall? It looks like he has his MJB, he takes the fastest lap of the race. Kimmy into the pit lane, no he's not. Kimmy backwards, but looking ahead, Banana's gone side by side with Jens. On the inside goes Jens. We ride on board of Racerar, who's got the bucket of popcorn that we normally see in these races, but he's dropped the bucket of popcorn. He wants to get involved in the fight now as he goes to the inside of the Red Bull. He makes the move stick before we get to Rouge, and that is Racerar back up to P4. Banana still on the tail with Jo wanting to get back up the grid after a poor start. Will Banana get past Racebrower? To the inside he looks. He's got the Mercedes on the inside of him. Will Jo make the move and Banana instead? He makes the move, but he makes contact with Racebrower ahead of him. So he drops down. Banana goes slightly wide through Lecombs, now through Melody, and Banana spins. So Banana spins. Nivi gets caught up in that tangle as well. So both of them getting caught up in a little bit of argy-bargy. Your boy Hobnob has somehow managed to get himself up to P6. Boomber's managed to get up to P5. Jens is the man who's currently in P3. Humph going massively wide though. Through Puon, rejoins the track and suddenly gains 2 seconds on Jens. Jens' life has just flashed before his eyes as Racebrower's got through. Tygo says no, it was a foul. I don't know what happened, to be fair. I didn't actually see it. Banana has fallen down the grid. Camille's retired. School and Camille are both pits. I drink quickly. There we go, that's better. They're saying it's not Banana's fault. I didn't see it, I'm afraid, people in chat. If it was, obviously, if it wasn't his fault, feel like he can report it in the Discord and the FIA will look at it after the race. It was the Mercedes. I didn't see it. Well, I think Jo was involved and Racebrower was there, but I don't know who was involved. We'll find out after the race. But continuing on, your boy Hobnob knows what he has to do here, and so does MJB. Will Hobnob, also known as the McLaren of Captain, if you don't know, the Captain, he has to beat MJB here today to extend his lead. He has got the 13-point lead that we stated earlier on in the race, but he doesn't want to lose that lead. Currently in P6, he will do, but he's gained 11 positions in 3 laps, so there is a lot of time still left to find, but he'll definitely catch up. The Alpine are maxed here with front wing damage as he's going hammer and tong with the McLaren of Bubba. But these two, has Bubba got damage as well? Let's have a look as we ride off board with the McLaren car. Doesn't look like it. Banana hot on their tail though. The Banana is looking at the McLaren car. It doesn't have the overspeed though on the straight. Neither of them do on max tier either. So max tier, just a little bit of a stalemate there with the wing damage. Up ahead though, we have Boomba. He's been passed by a Captain. He looks like he's right on the back, but Boomba with a huge amount of tank slapping going through, what was that turn? That was Brussels there. So Boomba's really struggling. So is my voice, if you can't tell. I'm already struggling so far. But ahead of Captain, you have Jens, who's got Racebrower ahead of him. Racebrower's got past Jens and gapped him. So Racebrower's done quite well there to pull that lead already. He's now got to try and close on Humph, who's 2.3 or 2.4 now, but I'm ahead of Racebrower. And Racebrower wants to try and, Humph wants to try and close on MJB, but Humph keeps him running wide there. We've seen him do it a couple of times now, and he has lost quite a bit of time, 2.7, nearly 2.8 seconds behind, and Racebrower is closing, Jens is closing, but who is definitely closing is your boy Hobnob, the McLaren Captain. He is right on the back of the Alpine car. We've seen this man win races by miles, and he gets past the Alpine. Captain absolutely flying up to P4. 13 positions gained in 4 laps is outstanding from the McLaren driver, as he does set the fastest lap of this race as well. So as Furious Appy gets a 3-second time penalty, your boy Hobnob, the McLaren driver, is already closing on Racebrower as well, as at the back of on the mid-pack, Nivi has been overtaken by 21 in the V-Carb. So these two fighting. Will we see Nivi making a return move as we ride on board with the Hash driver? 21 with not an optimal tank slapper there through a Rouge. And yeah, Nivi is past. Will George Gamer though make the move? And yes, he has. George Gamer's got past, making up 6 positions off the start of this race, up to P10. So George Gamer with a good start, definitely. Jo still struggling as Max Tier and Banana are fighting hammer and tong here. Banana's made the move look easy as we ride on board with the helicopter. Banana is through and past Max Tier. He's now been unleashed to try and close up to the pack ahead of him of 21, George Gamer and Nivi. Nivi's trying to pull away from George Gamer a bit here, and he is managing it. Nearly 8 tenths ahead. So the man from London, he's very quick. We know he's quick. And he's come back after 2 weeks off, and he is showing his pace once again in that Haas. Up ahead of him is Jo. He's got Rico right ahead of him, and he'll want to get past, I think, as Jo had a great qualifying. His race just didn't unfold the way he wanted. So he's got that kicks elbows definitely skittering along the track here. You can see he's struggling on those intermediates. And the track, to me, looks like it's drying up, as Boomer is making a move on his fellow FYI team of Gens. So these two going for a move, making it look interesting. Your boy Hobnob in the McLaren is getting up and closing to that Kick Sauber. Will anyone pit for dries? And as I say that, we have a car pitting for dries, and it will be the McLaren driver who pulls the trigger first. The three ahead of him, MJB, Hump and Raceborough, don't. Neither does Jo. But most people behind the captain have copied and followed onto the hard tyres, which will probably take these to the end as well. These tyres are very robust and will last a long time. I did see a wing change there as well. I don't know who it was for. I think it might have been for a Williams, or maybe the Alpine and Max tier. But you do see your top five, Bubba, Jo, Racebar, Hump and MJB not pitting. And this track is bone dry to the looks of the eyes. If you look at this track up through the Kemmel Straight now, you can see quite a clear, drier line over most of the track. And we will see on board with Captain if he closes up on his teammate. And you can see that time just being chipped away massively. It's not being chipped, it's being chunked away. As Boomer has been done by Jens in the pit stops, but Boomer wants that position back. He goes for a move, but through the chicane of the comms, can't make it stick and goes off track. Jens does get back past. So these two making them switcheroo. Banana going through the comms now with 21, George Gamer and Nivy behind him. George Gamer has just given Nivy a little bit of a hold up, as there was a yellow flag. That was for Furious Appy up through Radion, and then Kemmel looks like he had a little bit of an issue. Kimi Rai though, he's on the Ferrari. We haven't seen him in Thursday tier before, as stated before. He's on the softs. He's got a penalty though, so that might influence the end of the race, but he's on the softs, so he'll be looking to cut through, try and make that penalty as minimal as it can be towards the end. Up ahead, your boy Hobnob isn't very quick. He's lost a lot of pace to the intermediate guys. Are they quicker on the inters? It looks like that extra lap was what they wanted to do, as Raceborough trundles into the pit lane there, clearly beginning to struggle. So these intermediates are definitely beginning to not be the correct compound. But yeah, I think that extra lap that these intermediate runners have done was the right choice. As they go onto the hard compound, we're going to ride on board with the Kick Sauber team to see them change that tyre onto a nice fresh set of hards. But I think they have made the optimal pit stop, staying out for an extra lap, as we now see the McLaren going into turn one now. The pit lane cuts off turn one, so it's quicker on the inside there. And yeah, they didn't gain anything at all. The people who pit a lap before, all they've gained is an extra lap of tyre wear. So that is not what they want to have. Bubba as well has actually gained some positions, as he comes out just behind Banana but ahead of George Gamer. So these lot have switched. So the people that didn't pit have got away with it. Kimi Kai has retired in the pit lane, however. So that is his session over as he pulls into his pit box. That is Thursday tier round 9 completely done and dusted for the Ferrari car. But looking up ahead again, your boy Hobnob, even though he pit a lap later, he's going to have the extra lap of tyre wear. He will have the extra lap of heat as well. So you can see that extra lap of warmth in those tyres are definitely helping him as he's closing onto the podium position, and that will be a Raceborough ahead of him. Behind your boy Hobnob in the McLaren, you still will have the duo of Jordan Hall and Boomba. They're going quite hammer and tong still. 6/10 separate these two. Jo's got past Rico in the pit stops, I believe. So that has given the Mercedes driver up to P7. He'll be looking to gain more for sure. Banana's had an insane recovery at the moment, up to P9 after his little incident. Bubba's in P10. Nivy sit rep with George Gamer just behind him in 11th and 12th. George Gamer will be looking to get past his fellow British man. Will he be able to get past here, down through, up towards Blanchmont? It's not a place you want to make a move. I don't think he will. He will wait for the DRS, but it's a place that has been made a move. Between Raceborough and your boy Hobnob, through the bus stop chicane, they were going hammer and tong. Raceborough has managed to get out just ahead of these two. Will your boy Hobnob get the traction? Doesn't look like it, as Max here gets a 3-second time penalty at the back of the pack. But will Captain in that McLaren have enough speed up through Radion and Arouge here? Will he have the DRS? Of course he will. Will he have the ERS and just enough? Will he have the overspeed? That's what we want to see as he goes to the inside of the kick Sauber. Will he make the move before the chicane of the comms? And he has. Behind, though, 21 retires on the exit of turn 1, as there is now a safety car. So 21 in the V-carb is out of the race. 21 has last retirement was at Saudi. Let's have a look if we can see his car. It looks like it's been sorted and his car is now gone. But on the exit of turn 1, 21 is out. Skull, he's into the pit lane. Fresh set of mediums. We probably will see a couple of drivers changing these tyres onto a fresh set. Obviously, they've only been up for a lap or two. But if you get rid of the hards and the mediums on, if you can bring those mediums to the end of the race, you are set for a very, very quick what do they call it? Stint. So will we see Skull playing a blinder here, as everyone is trundling around just nice and slowly as the safety car is pulled out. And you can see it there right at the bottom of the track, as we are right at the top of the hill. Quite a big incline if you're walking up it. So if you're planning on going for a hike, come to Belgium and walk on the F1 track. It's huge and it will definitely wear you out. 7 kilometres of it. But at the front, we want to see what is MJB going to do through this safety car window. He has the opportunity to pit. Will he pit for mediums? That's the question we want to find out. As he comes through the bus stop chicane, he doesn't. Will the hump behind him do it? No. Will your boy Hobnob do it? No. Braceborough as well? No. Boomba? Yes. No. No, you won't. He's played games with me. Jens nearly went in. Jo and Rico, neither of them two pit. Will Banana pit? Would he opt for the medium compound? No. Will Bubba pit for the mediums? No. Nivy maybe? Nivy does. Nivy pulls in the pit lane. George follows close behind to them two. It's only taken 11 drivers to get to them, but there is some drivers pitting for the new Stratum tyre. Max T is also going to pit as he just goes nice and slowly in. Will Furious Happy pit down in P14? Will he have anything to lose is the question as well. Will he have the correct tyres to go on to? We're right on board of him as we go in to the bus stop chicane. Does he look towards the pit lane? Yes, he does. The people ahead of him, though, Max Tier, George and Nivy, have gone to the medium compound, so they definitely think this tyre possibly will go to the end, or as a late-hand safety car, they'll have the overspeeds to pit again and have that extra pace. So we'll see. Skull, though, showing everyone what the right strategy is to do. Could be to do, as a couple of drivers do follow him. MJB's caught up to the safety car. Hump, your boy Hobnob, Raceborough, Boomba, Jens, Jo, Rico, Banana, Bubba have all caught up and they have just gone through Brussels. We're going to run a quick little advert of 1 minute. When you return, most of your grid will be up behind the safety car and we will hopefully get in some racing action back underway. If you haven't got the safety car, the advert, apologies, or lucky you, because you're not going to have some boring advert. You got me instead. So by the looks of it, but yeah, Banana was the one who readied up early, if we're looking at the FAA discussion. So Banana readied up early before, so he's going to get a disqualification from this race, and a qualifying ban, and 4 penalty points, which is not what you want to have. And it looks like Utum Khan has also had that incident with George in the qualifying, which we did see. We saw the result of George's car, and obviously we also saw Kimi Kai's result of his car. So that collision between them both has caused big damage. We'll see afterwards what the result will be. But George Gamer has had a bit of a recovery. He has dropped back down again a little bit more, but he has recovered fairly well. P12 at the moment, he'll be looking to improve more. Someone who has recovered, though. We've seen him do it before. We've seen him do it again. At the moment, your boy Hobnob, from P17 was it? He was second to last behind just ahead of Max here. He's somehow got himself up to P3 by lap 8. So the McLaren car just showing the class that he actually truly has. Currently, he's going to be on for, how many points is it? I believe it's 16. As I accidentally load up the wrong thing. We quickly load up the Discord. If you want to join in with any of the racing action that you see here today, though, you can feel free to look in the Twitch bio. And if you look in the Twitch bio, you'll find the Discord, you'll also find the Twitch, and you'll also find the YouTube link, so you can check out all our socials. Make sure you join in if you enjoy the action that you see. P3, I can confirm, is 16 points. P1, though, 23 points. So, if this is how it ends at the end of this race, MJB will gain 7 points on your Roy Hobnob, which will close their 13-point gap down to, quick math, 6 points? 6 points? 13 minus 7? Yeah, I think so. I think so. You wouldn't believe I'm an aeronautical engineer. I think I'm right. I'm not sure. If I'm wrong, let me know. But there's 10 viewers in chat, so welcome everyone. If you're not following, make sure you drop a follow on the Twitch. Greatly appreciated as always. Make sure you drop a follow on the TikTok and the YouTube as well. And subscribe. It's not a follow, subscribe on the YouTube. Just so you don't miss out on any of the fun racing action. We've had 3 retirements though so far this race, and a switch in the safety car between Banana and Rico. So, but yeah, we've had 3 retirements. Both of the Ferraris struggling, and we've seen both Ferraris before struggling so far. As we look towards the constructors, I don't normally mention it. I normally forget about the constructors, but looking at them now, your top team of your Thursday tier constructors at the moment, we haven't seen them on top since season 1 of the GOAT, Sleepy Sloth and myself winning with the McLaren team. So they're currently back on P1 at the moment. We haven't seen them up there for a while, but they're back again. Aston Martin close behind, with Stake, Sauber even closer. Williams, you couldn't be any more closer. Join on points of Stake. Then you have the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls F1 team of Boomba and 21. Both of them P5 in the constructors. Then you have the Haas team, Alpine, Mercedes, then the Ferraris, and then the Red Bull team. So the Red Bull team down at the bottom of the pack with only 16 points. They haven't had the best start to the season. Still a bit to go as Rico has dropped down 2 positions there. Rico was P8 at the start of this safety car. He's now down to P11. But I think this safety car is going again. And it is. No, it's not. No, safety car's gone. MJB will take us going again, as he's lost his good lead, but the sun is out, the sun is shining, and MJB has everything in his hands to pull this gap. Humph needs to have everything in his hands so the gap isn't pulled. And your boy Hobnob, we all know what he has to do. MJB, though, is away to get us going on to lap 10 of this race. We're not even halfway yet. There's still a lot of action to unfold ahead of us. We are watching him come now towards the comms. Rico goes into the pit lane. I'm showing for damage, but Humph close behind. He doesn't want to let that gap of his fellow rival ahead of him go too much. Behind, Max 2 and George Gamer going hammer and tong. Max has been squeezed by the 3-time world champion on the exit of turn 1. Will Max here make the move stick as we head up towards now Rouge and Radion? Max does have a little bit of overspeed on that Williams car. Will it be enough though? Doesn't look like it, as we don't have DRS yet, as he is going to fly now towards what will be turn 5 of the comms. Sorry, I just hear a big bang outside my window. Hope everything's alright. Anyway, moving on. We did see the Aston Martin appear and then disappear. So the Aston Martin of Skull just have got on the outside of Max here and then suddenly dropped down again. Jayo's appeared out of nowhere. He's now in P11. George is up to P10 as Nivi looks for a move on the inside of the McLaren. Bubba, Nivi is passed before we get to P1. So Nivi's up to P8. Banana in P7 with Jens and Boomba still going hammer and tong ahead of him. These two have been going for a while. MJB and Humph are still just within DRS. Humph has it all to lose at the moment. If he loses enough time here, Boomba drops behind and he's off the track in the gravel trap. Will Boomba have a nice little rejoin? It doesn't look like it, as there's a lot of cars, so Boomba just has to sit and watch as he goes all the way from P5 down to P14. So Boomba's race is just unfolded in a bad way ahead of him. But what we wanted to look at before we saw Boomba just disappearing off the track was Humph. Humph has nearly got that second lead pulled, but he hasn't. It's all about the nearly and that friend sentence I just said there, and he hasn't lost it, which means he will have the DRS as we head up through lap 11 of turn 2 here, as we go up towards turn 2, also known as a Rouge, one of the most infamous corners on this calendar, as they both take it very nicely. Boomer retires in the pit lane, so whatever happens to hit that car was terminal, but the car that hasn't got any terminal damage, Humph, he's got a lot of determination though, as he is flying up. No position changes yet between these top 4 as they are very close. Jens He was making a switch at Banana. He's managed to get himself up to P6. Bubba's dropped down to P9 as George Gamer is another driver who gets past the McLaren car. Max and Jo also going hammer and tongs. Skull. Will Skull look for a move on Appy ahead of him? They're very close. Skull is right on the back of the gearbox of this Red Bull car. He is very, very close. He just needs to make sure he keeps it on the track and gets that overspeed eventually to get past this Red Bull. Does he have the speed through here? Doesn't look like it. I think Skull might be running a little bit of a lower wings as he does struggle through Sector 2 quite a bit here. But Sector 1 and 3 is where he'll have his massive advantage. Interestingly though, Humph has lost that second gap to his rival of MJB. So MJB has the second gap. As I say that, Humph then closes it back up to 8/10. So Humph is definitely running lower wings. Through Sector 2 he loses, but through the straights he gains massively. Your boy Hobnob though hasn't been able to make the move yet, but they have pulled a 3.5 second gap on the Alpine of Jens. Humph sets the fastest lap of the race, demonstrating his pace at the moment as we go on to lap 12. Humph doesn't have the best exit out of the com. As George Gamer, I wouldn't have expected that, but George Gamer has set your fastest lap of the race so far, so there you go. At the moment though, Humph, he has got the DRS, as we have this extremely long DRS straight of the Kemmel straight, flying up towards what is Lecombe's. Humph just doesn't have enough, but who does have enough? Racebar looking for a move on our championship leader, as there's a switch between P5, 6 and 7, but Racebar trying to look for a move on the championship leader, doesn't make it stick. Nivy gets past Banana and Jens in one move, so well done from the Nivy. The London man is very quick at the moment, up to P5. Max and Jo going hammer and tong, as Max's front wing was changed on that safety car. Tygo says, how many second penalties Banana have? Shall we show you all the penalties? Banana is 3, Max 2 is 3, and Furious Happy has 3. So not many across the grid at the moment, as they've actually managed to keep it on the track. So well done to the drivers. Not many warnings so far handed out from the FIA. So it's nice and close. Penalties won't play too much of a factor at the end. No worries, Tygo, no worries. We are going to be looking forward, though, towards the top 4. And the pack behind them as well. There is a big pack between P1 and 4 and P5 and 8. They've got a lot of points to play for here at the middle portion of this race. Behind that big pack is Bubba, who's just in a little world of his own in the McLaren. And then the 2, Max and Jo, just behind. And then you've got Skull, who's got past Furious Happy. And then Rico, who had to pit for damage, is just chilling at the back. I'm going to quickly start to drink so my voice doesn't completely go. Oh, need chokes on that. Nivy sets the fastest lap just after MJB did. So Nivy, who's at the moment only 3 seconds off of race drive, is gaining a little bit. And he has pulled that 1 second gap on the Red Bull behind him, as Banana does close it back up. But Humph has lost DRS, and that means your boy Hobnob has the DRS over the Mercedes car. He is passed. Will Racebrower look for the move on Humph to the inside of the com? Racebrower does have just enough room to make a move stick. They ghost into each other, as it's very, very close. But Racebrower is past Humph, so Humph is in 2 positions there. MJB with a 1.8 second lead. These two, P1 and 2 in the championship. Well, it's P2 and 1 in the championship. So MJB, P2, your boy Hobnob P1. But at the moment, MJB's P1 in this race. And that is where MJB needs to stay. He's pulled the 1.9 second lead. Can he keep it stick? But Racebrower, I'm sure he won't want to let your boy Hobnob have an easy run up to the back of MJB. He will fight quite closely behind. Nivy, he's pulled that 1 second gap on Banana going through Sector 2. Jens is right up behind him, and as we go to Jens, he gets a 3 second time penalty. So the 4th driver to suffer from the 3 second time penalty is Jens. So there we go. Once again, Jens suffers track limits for the 3rd time this race, as we are now flying through Blanchimont with the man we just spoke about, Jens, flying through turn 17. Will he look to the inside of the bus stop chicane? Of course he will, it's Jens. He does look for the move, backs out of it. He knows there's not a place you want to make a move, as we come to the end of lap 14 with the Alpine car. This is now lap 14. It was that end of lap 13. Jens, he's coming up to turn 1. He's going to try and get the optimal line as George Gamer appears out of nowhere. It just gets Jens as easy as pie. So So Jens, he was trying to set up a move from Banana, doesn't get that to stick, and George is now going to be the one that goes to that move. And we'll stay on board with these lot. Who will come out ahead? Banana, George and Jens is your current order between P6 and 8. George is already making the move on the Red Bull car, and so will Jens as we watch him go past into the com. He's made the move stick, just like Racebro tried, but he's made it about ghosting inside of the other car. So George Gamer and Jens both get past Banana there, so quite an easy move with DRS, but they are passed, and that is what matters in this race. Your boy Hobnob, interestingly, isn't actually closing on MJB. So your boy Hobnob isn't managing to do enough yet to close up, but he has done enough to drop Racebro out of his DRS just nearly. Racebro has closed back up again though, so as I say that, Racebro does lose the gap. As I say again, he's lost it again. So very, very just edging on the edge of this 1 second gap for the DRS. The gap that everyone wants to be in. But at the moment, Racebro is, so he doesn't have to worry about it. No DRS down here. There's only 2 DRS straights on this track, and they quite long. The first straight isn't too long, but the second one, very long. Long enough to make a move, as shown by George Gamer a couple of times. Humph, still managing to keep up. He's just chilling out at the moment. He doesn't have to worry too much. Oh no, he's not. He's lagging. But yeah, it looks like Humph is just trying to chill out a little bit here. Trying to just take his own race, doesn't need to worry about it too much. Keep those tyres in check and he'll be okay towards the end. As he is really quite laggy. Yeah, that's bad. Nivy though is right up behind the chaff. Well, not yet. He's getting close to the chaff of Humph. He's gained 3 seconds. I'm sure he will be on the chaff of that Mercedes soon enough. Does he have the DRS? Yes, he does. So P2 to P5 are now on a DRS train. If he's falling out, so those high wings on that Haas car aren't doing many favours, as Jens has got back past George. So Jens lets the Williams car pass 2-3 laps ago, but it's all part of his cunning plan as Jens is back ahead of the Williams driver. So Jens is now beating the 3-time world champion. So fair play to him. Currently P8 in the championship is Jens. After a double retirement race of back-to-back at Saudi Arabia and Portugal, he's now on P6. So he's had a good change compared to what he used to be having in Thursday tiers. But these two really putting on a show for the cameras. George is really looking for a move. He's up the chuff of that Alpine car, looking for a move. But Jens is just doing enough to stay ahead. That's all he's got to do. Do enough and he will stay ahead. His teammate currently fighting Jo still in P10 and 11, going hammer and tong for both of them. But so is George and Jens, the 2 FAA friends. It used to be Jens and Boomba, but Boomba's has crashed out of this race and then, well, dropped into the pit lane. But here comes George as Humphrey has a 3-second time penalty. George is staying behind Jens through the bus stop chicane. He wants a DRS going through onto lap 16 now and heading on to the next DRS straight. He'll probably stay behind here. No, he won't. Oh, yes, he will. Yes, he will. Will Banana want to stay behind? No, he doesn't. We see the front wing of Banana coming right off, though. So Banana has just gone straight into the back of the Williams car. We didn't see what happened to him, but we did see George just chilling behind the Alpine. That might be a penalty coming George's way there. Possible little bit of DRS chicken, but hasn't affected Banana. Banana's going to be looking for a move. George is going to make the move stick on Jens. And then Banana, will Banana make for the move stick on George? It looks like he goes to the inside of the comms. We're going to be side by side here. Once again, Banana with the wing damage doesn't have enough downforce to have the grip, the mechanical grip through turn 5 and 6. So the Red Bull car will stay in P7. Jens, though, has to get past his Alpine car. Sorry, the Red Bull car in his Alpine car, because he's going to struggle with the front wing damage on that Red Bull. Racebro all of a sudden has dropped down behind Humph and also Nivy. So Nivy's up to P4 with the Humph ahead of him. So Nivy's almost up to P3. Nivy's qualifying session wasn't the best. He's done. Oh no, sorry, it was the better. Quite good. P6. He's done better, but at the moment P4. So 2 position gains. Will he make a move quite soon? And it looks like he wants to. He looks very quick here today. He wasn't sure if he'll race, wasn't sure if he was ready, wasn't sure he wanted to, but he showed that he really definitely can, as he is currently up to P4, and he is definitely really looking for more, as the championship leader is well and truly in front of him. MJB He's pulled the throttle and just left it down, hasn't he? He's just pulled a 3.8 second lead and kept it. Very, very good racing from MJB. Behind that, though, Banana and Jens going hammer and tong for the P7. Will Banana stay ahead? It looks like he has, but Jens with the inside line. Will he make the move stick as we head up towards a Rouge? It looks like he has as Banana drops behind. But it does mean, I believe, that Banana will have DRS as we head on to the Kemmel Straight for lap 17. Up ahead, Nivy and Humph have got past your boy Hobnob. So down the DRS, that change has happened. Jens has been done by Banana again. So there you go. That is the strength and power of DRS here. Max and Jo are both closing up on Bubba. And Bubba is close up on the fight of Jens and Banana. Jens really wants to get past Banana as he flies down the inside of Brussels. And he has made a move in towards No Name Corner. He is ahead once again, back up to P7. Banana gets another 3-second time penalty. I accidentally paused the game. So Banana is our first driver to have 6 seconds, as he probably gets another warning there, going wide through Puon. So yeah, Banana struggling at the moment with that wing damage. You might see him putting in, with about 5 laps left of this race, he might be putting in for a new front wing. We'll see. Or he'll just try and strengthen it out to the end. Bubba though, right up behind him now. Up ahead, back in the top fight, Nivy, he's in P2. He's not gaining anything on MJB, so he'll just be looking for P2 at the end of this race, it looks like. Behind him though, that's what he's got to be considering. Humph with the 3-second time penalty. Your boy Hobnob, a very quick man. We know he's a quick man. He'll be looking to move back up the pack. At the moment, we go on to lap 18. Not many laps left from this race. Quite long laps, but there's not many of them left. As Furious Happy is your next driver to suffer a 6-second time penalty. They're both for the Red Bulls suffering the 6-second time penalties. But here comes Humph now. Humph through Radion up towards Kemmel on the Kemmel Straight. He's got the overspeed already. With DRS activated, he is going to be passed already. Here comes your boy Hobnob. He doesn't look like he's got enough speed to get past the Hash driver. He doesn't. So Nivy only drops down 1 position with that DRS switching. And that is going to be it for the rest of that lap. It's normally just the moves down the Kemmel Straight that everyone wants to see. And then through the comms, the aftermath of Kemmel Straight. If anyone makes a mistake though, I'm sure the driver behind them will be happy to snap up any position changes that they can physically get. As it is still quite close. The front pack still quite close. And the mid pack still quite close. This Banana is definitely having to run not the optimal line, not the optimal gears of that front wing damage. As you hear him running through No Name Corner gear 3. And he wasn't really, Red Bull is not happy. He's got to try and drag it to the end as he has been dropped by Jens, who's currently now at P7. Bubba looking for that P8 from the Red Bull, and you can see him struggling. That Red Bull must not be fun to drive with that wing damage. Bubba is very, very quick still, and he is not going to give up position that easily, as he's going to be looking towards the inside. Now the outside, onto the grass, goes the McLaren car. In through Blanchimont now. Will he have the overspeed on the Red Bull cars? We go to his side of his helmet. We don't want to have that camera. I want to see the fight going for hammer and tong. You know, we go to the Red Bull instead. They're going side by side through the chicane. Can't see it. There's Bubba again. He's gone to the outside now as we fly towards the comms, turn 1 of lap 19. Bubba has the lead. Banana gets the inside line though, gets a little bit more traction, but Bubba on the exit of the corner gets the traction bit more, and he is now ahead up to P8. So these two have been on the show. Jo and Max here have got back up. Up ahead, Humph and Nivy switching positions once again. So Nivy's back down to P3. Your boy Hobnob still sitting in P4. Bracewell has been dropped out of the DRS, so that's him completely out of that top 4 fight, sorry. Behind though, here comes Jo. Jo making a move on both Banana and Banana. Bubba Banana, sorry. Banana does make a lot of contact, and that was... Ooh, Banana! Careful there. Banana hits both Jo and Bubba there, giving Bubba wing damage. Banana needs to be a little bit more careful as he's giving a couple drivers a bit of a hard time. Bubba with wing damage, and now penalty. Max here also getting a little bit of the suffering from Bubba. Max here goes to the outside though, through Puon. Max here up to P10. What a move on the outside of Puon. That's not a nice place to make a move, and he has done it. Banana though, giving it his all to try and keep this position. It does give Bubba a little bit of wing damage, and we'll see what happens after this race as Rico gets a 3-second time penalty. Just kind of chilling at the back of the pack. He had a bit of a strange safety car situation and has dropped him down a little bit, but he'll be looking for a better race next time out as we are now heading on to lap 20. 3 laps left in this race. MJB has done your boy Hobnob and has very much sealed it as Rico at the back has just hit the wall. So as I say, he's going to be trying to just chill out a little bit. He does crash out, so sorry about that. A little bit of a commentator's curse for the Kicks Alba. But up ahead, MJB, as we were just saying, he is very much ahead of this front pack. And he is flying, absolutely flying. 5.2 seconds. He's then got Humph and then Nivy, who's now just ahead of Humph. So Nivy and Humph have been switching for a while. Humph for the 3-second time penalty will affect him towards the end. Rico's struggling even more again, getting another spin. My voice is struggling probably the most. As your boy Hobnob is still just relaxing a little bit. In P4, he'll want to get these moves done before the end of the race, obviously. Nivy's the only one that he has to beat on track because of the 3-second time penalty that Humph got throughout this race for track limit violations. He doesn't have to beat him on track. He wants to, because that's what Humph, your boy Hobnob does. And oh my gosh, Humph is very much lagging. You can see the McLaren driver getting past, and oh, Humph's gone. So Humph is retired. That is Humph leaving the session. I'll quickly send him an invite back just in case, but I think that's an internet trouble for Humph as he is kicked out of the session. He won't be happy about that. It does give George Gamer the chance though to get up to P5. Your boy Hobnob is up to P3. He's now got to fight Nivy. So we were just saying Humph was the car that he had to be, not the car he didn't have to be on track, but that car is now gone as Racebro gets a 3-second time penalty as well. Nivy and Humph fighting it out for the P2 step on the podium. Anything can happen for these two. I couldn't call who will be the one to step on P2 as Humph is now back. He did get that invite. He is back. He won't be happy with what he's lost. He's lost quite a few positions, but you'll see him ghosted in a minute. He'll suddenly pop back and he will be back on the track trying to keep that 3-second lead he has on George Gamer at the moment. He has to keep this 3-second lead because of his 3-second time penalty. Otherwise, George Gamer will beat him on track. Same for Jens. He's got a 3-second time penalty, but Jo behind him is 2.6 behind. He needs to extend that lead to 3 seconds as Humph still hasn't got back into his car. Now he has. So Humph is back into the car and he'll be going again, but I don't think he'll have enough time. He's lost a huge amount of time to the cars ahead and behind. So that will be Humph's race ruined from his little bit of internet troubles. Max here, the second Alpine car, trying to get past Banana there. He's got, obviously Banana's still suffering from that front wing damage, and he's up to 9 seconds worth of penalties at the moment. But will Max still be able to get past on track? That's what we want to see. We also want to see Nivy and Hobnob making some switches, but it looks like Hobnob's going to be pulling it to the end of this race. Both of them, very similar battery, pretty much identical, as they have got it all to play for at the end. It's going to be a very fair fight, as Max here is very, very close up behind that Red Bull car. We're going to watch him in towards Sector 3 now. Does he have the pace advantage on those hard tyres on the Red Bull? And he does. And he's very wide there through the exit of Paul Ferrer. And it looks like he's got the lead already, and he is. He's ahead of Banana. But up ahead, MJB's already got that 6-second lead. He is on to the final lap of this race, and it is well and truly sealed by him, as long as he doesn't make any silly mistakes. But your boy Hobnob, he started P17, he's up to P3, he's got P2 well and truly in his sights and grip. Can he get past Nivy here? He's got it all to chuck out of his car, everything he's physically got. He's going to drain it towards turn 5 now. He goes to the inside. McLaren car on the inside. The Haas is down to P3. Your boy Hobnob has made that look easily, hasn't it? We've seen him make moves before. We've seen him make another one. 15 positions gained this race. Your boy Hobnob is up to P2. Humph, he's gone off the track. So Humph's struggling. Oh, no he's not. Humph's back onto the track. So Humph's gone from P5 to P7 back to P5. Rico with another free time penalty. Max Tier is getting past Banana. Banana pushes him off wide. And Max Tier is back down to P10. Will Max Tier make a move on the inside? No, he won't. That'll be a silly move to make a place through Rivage. But with Banana going a little bit wide there, you might be able to. Up ahead, Nivi's very close behind your boy Hobnob. Will he be able to get back past? Does he have enough in the tank to try and get back past up towards Blanchimont? He's going to give it his all, but so will your boy Hobnob in the McLaren. Both cars giving everything they have left to try and get as much out of this these two Formula 1 cars that they can. We're going to head towards the bus stop chicane. Nivi with the huge pace advantage, but it's not enough as he flies in. But who did have enough was MJB 25. He wins round 9 of the CLR Thursday round 9 Grand Prix at Belgium. That'll be his third Grand Prix victory for Thursday tier. Your boy Hobnob and Nivi round off your podium with Race Brower and then George Gamer getting P5. Humph will get P6 with Jens close behind for P7. Jo, the second Mercedes, will get P8 with Banana not getting P9 as on penalties, Bubba and then Max Tier will get P9 and 10. Banana gets P11, P12 as Skull gets passed on penalties, so Skull up to P11. And then to round off your grid will be Furious Appy, who'll get P13. He didn't get lapped, so that'll be a full race distance for him, getting P13. And then Rico, who did get lapped, will finish in P14. Your two retirees in the V-Carb is Boomer in 21. And then the other two retirees is Kimi and Camilo. So both the Ferraris and both the V-Carbs suffering from retirements. But that was a full Grand Prix over. Belgium's a hard one. Hard one to commentate, hard one to race on. The game gives your boy Hobnob driver of the day as you are now going to watch your podium celebrations. So as they spray the champagne around, you see MJB waving that Dutch flag around. Congratulations to the Dutchman. Nivi and Hobnob both joining in the action. Great race from your podium runners here today. The game gave your boy Hobnob driver of the day here today. And as newly introduced to CLR, we're going to introduce driver of the day awards completely. So it's going to be a new thing. So your commentator, driver of the day, I have to give it to your boy Hobnob, SNRS captain, has shown absolute class here today. Starting P17 on your grid, has managed to get his car up to P2. So, yeah, your boy Hobnob, 100% getting your driver of the day. Furious Appy, however, is the man who gets the fastest lap. He won't stand as he scored it outside of the points, but Furious Appy has got your fastest lap of this Grand Prix, getting a 1:45.0. That is quite a good lap time. Obviously, it was on full fuel during the dry. The dry stint was in the second bit. So Furious Appy, on pure pace, has set the fastest lap of this Grand Prix. So congratulations to him. But that is Belgium over in round 9 over for this week. Tomorrow we'll be going to Belgium. No, we're going to the Netherlands. So just across the land in Europe to Belgium. That'll be for Friday tier. That'll be hosted by George Gamer, possibly Max tier. You'll find out tomorrow. But for now, we'll be looking towards next week for Thursday tier, and that will be round 10. So the midpoint of the calendar, round 10 out of 20. That'll be at Spain. So we'll see you at Spain next week. We'll see you at Belgium tomorrow. For now, that has been myself, Cal, for completing commentary. And this has been your 18 drivers from Thursday tier completing round 9. Thank you very much to all the followers that joined in. Thank you very much to Racebar, who dropped a follow, another sub for a couple more months. So thank you very much to you. If you're watching back on the YouTube, thank you very much for listening in. And if you're going to catch up with the TikToks later on, I can't really say much to you lot, but I hope you, if you're still in Twitch chat or you're catching back afterwards, you will enjoy watching them. I'm sure there was quite a few provided out of today's race. But thank you very much for tuning in. That has been CLR over for tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow.